Hey, what's going on, guys? Just doing a little video, let you guys know the weed killer that I use. Um, this is what I use. I've been using this probably for the last 2 years now. Um, it's a concentrate. It's a grass and weed killer. You know, when you buy these weed killers, there's really one important ingredient that really, you know, that Roundup and all that other stuff you get. The Weed Be Gone by Ortho and stuff. Um, that stuff, it's okay. I mean, some people like it and they use it, and it wilts the weed or the grass pretty quick. But I find that this stuff, pretty much anything with this 41% glyphosate in it, yeah, right there, glyphosate. Um, it just kicks ass. Now this stuff takes a lot longer than like Roundup to work. So, let me change this lens here. Coming a little fuzzy. There we go. Like I said, this doesn't work that quick. So you spray this stuff 3 days later, the weed or the grass. I mean, you might see a little bit of a wilt in it, maybe a little bit of a brown color, but nothing like the Roundup does. But I mean, this stuff kills them dead. You'll notice in like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, you just look out there and it'll be gone, completely gone. Even your customers, they'll be like, they'll call you. Oh, did you put weed killer down? I'm like, yeah, I did. I did it Tuesday. It doesn't look like anything's happening. I'm like, don't worry, it'll work. Just give it a couple days, and then a week later, I come to their property, to work on it, doing something, mowing or trimming, you know, cutting bushes, whatever. But yeah, I come back. And, oh man, that stuff is great. It's gone. The weeds are gone. The grass is gone. Yeah, this stuff is good. It takes down everything. I mean, you know, here's this little description. It's rainproof in 2 hours. Single application kills most weeds. Starts working in 24 hours. Like I said, it doesn't really matter the brand, as long as it has this in it. I use this because, I mean, to see this big jug here, this is a 2.5 gallon jug. This costs around $60. This makes, well, for each 2 gallon, um, well, for 1 gallon, for every gallon, you want to use 2 ounces. So I put 4 ounces in. I have a 2 gallon sprayer I use. So 4 ounces is what I use. This has 320 ounces in it. So pretty much this makes 160 gallons. So, I mean, I don't measure it. I just dump it in, I'm not really worried about it to get it to the exact point. But the stuff with this 41 glyphosate is, if you put in 2 ounces or you put in 15 ounces, it's going to work exactly the same. 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces is like the max that you'll get a great amount of the glyphosate, like the maximum exposure to it. I mean, if you got something that's not too strong, you just got a couple dandelions, you could probably do 1 ounce per gallon. It kind of gives you a whole thing if you read it. There's a little thing inside right here. When you open this up, it'll tell you, it tells you that you could put 1 ounce, 1.3 ounces for medium-sized weeds and all that crap. And, you got a lot, like big, tall weeds you want to take down, like a freaking, a rainforest. You know, I put 2 ounces, 2.5. I probably put in 2 to 3 ounces. Like I said, I don't measure it out, but one of these usually lasts almost season for me. Um, you know, yeah, right there. So usually when I go out for a property, I probably use 4 gallons. Then sometimes I reapply it. Now that's the real thing too. like with this stuff too, with the glyphosate. It works with one application. You'll see it. But if you slam it with two, I mean, it'll work. You know, like you hit it once. Say you do it on a Tuesday. The first time you go to your property to hit it with this stuff. Boom. All right, you come back a week later. It looks kind of shady. You spray it again. See, it'll help. I mean, it'll demolish the weeds. It's better to do two applications of this stuff, probably of any weed killer, than to put a high concentrate of it at one time. You understand what I'm saying? So say you got a big little field, not a big, a pretty good sized amount of weeds, of dandelions in someone's flower mulch bed. You know what I'm saying? Some real thick ones. You got dandelions, you got some crabgrass in there. You get all kinds of crazy shit. Who the hell knows what the hell's growing out of there? So you slam it with this stuff. Instead of using like 3-4 ounces of this, oh man, I'm gonna put extra stuff of this in. Like I said, the 2.5 to 3 ounces. Between 2 and 3 ounces is the max you're gonna get. Like I said, if you put 2 or 3 ounces, or if you put 20 ounces in, it's gonna do the same exact thing. But if you slam it with this on a Tuesday and you come back the next Tuesday and do it again, that's what you want to do. But this video is kind of getting too long for grass and weed killer. But look for this. There's a company that makes 43% glyphosate. From what I hear, it's pretty good. Not a big difference, but I think 43 is the max you can get on the market. But that stuff is like shit for one. I don't know. I think 1 gallon of it is $100. I could be wrong. It could be 2.5. It's called RM43. I believe that's what it's called. I'm sure you guys know. You can hit it up on the bottom of the screen. I think it's RM43. It's a red bottle. I think it's pretty much the best-selling glyphosate concentrate out there. It's supposed to be pretty good. I never used it because this stuff works amazing. And like I said, a 2.5 gallon jug. You can get this at HomeDepot.com or Amazon. I go to HomeDepot.com because it's so easy. If I ever have the choice to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or Amazon, even if it's a couple bucks more, if it's $3, $4, $5 more at Home Depot or Lowe's, I go to Amazon. But if it's roughly the same price, I usually go to Lowe's or Home Depot just because if something happens, or I don't like the way it looks, the packet's all, there's a gash in here, I could bring it back, bring it back, get your money back. Amazon, and you got to ship it back and all that nonsense. But anyway, if you're looking for a good grass and weed killer, just look for this, the 41% glyphosate. It doesn't matter what brand you get, but it's good stuff. All right, any comments, questions, or whatever, let me know. Later.